Hmm?
Let's catch up with Kanye and Kim.
Come on, we've been avoiding this for weeks, and
Whose story is Kanye? Who put Kanye in the mix? Let's guess. Who put Kanye in the mix?
I mean,
okay, it was me. Okay, so my questions. I mean, you said everything had to involve love, and I think I did the best that I could with the parameters that you set forth. So my questions are: when Kanye fell in love with Kim, he didn't care what the black community had to say. And now he's fallen out of love with Kim. He's weaponizing black rage. These are my opinions. He's weaponizing black rage and our love for him against King Kardashian. Do you agree? Have you fallen out of love with Kanye West and fallen in love with Kim? Where do you stand on this?
I would like to go first in saying I have fallen out of love with Kanye West a long time ago. It's not a question of love. I was a fan of his music. I don't get too gassed into the personality of people because I very much learned quite quickly that celebrities let you down when you follow them too closely, no matter what. So I've separated myself from being a super personality fan of Kanye. But yeah, his music, once he got with Kim, I think it was that. And I was a bit like, black man pushing an exotic woman as the pinnacle of beauty over black women. And yeah, it made me look at him sideways for that, for what it's worth. So no, I don't love Kanye. Fell out of love with him. He is a musical genius. Yes, sure. Seen him in concert many times. Whatever. And yes, he is weaponizing because now he's trying to get us to. Now he's trying to kind of diss Kim about her. Like he's basically implying she's a culture vulture. And when he was endorsing her culture vultureness, he was defending her. Literally. I'm going to leave you gold diggery black women for a white, wonderful, beautiful woman. And you pushed this woman to the forefront. You enhanced her in, her exotic looks and celebrated them, influenced a whole nation and generation of people for the type of women, beauty standard ideals. And now you're trying to turn that on its back and say, now look, she's a culture vulture. That's disgusting. And don't make me start falling in love with Kim Kardashian because you're disgusting ways, Kanye. I just think it's nonsense what he's doing. The fact is we don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, so I don't know who's at fault when it comes down to nitty gritty. He's doing some reckless things, it seems, on paper. I don't know what's going on between them. I don't know what's true and what's not. If Kim's keeping the kids away from him, why is she keeping the kids away from him? If he's doing the most, why is he doing the most? Is his mental health stable? There's all these things that we actually don't know as voyeurs into this madness. What they need to do is take their shit off social media, keep it behind closed doors because there's kids involved at this point. We don't need to know this shit. We don't need to see people's texts. We don't need to see your DMs from each other. Both of them need to stop doing that. Stop this argument in public and just sort yourselves out because there's kids involved. That's all I have to say. Fucking nonsense. Auntie Sade.
Well, Kanye is the king of problematic black men with platforms, isn't he? He's he's a reigning champion for that. And I think it's only you, Auntie Nana and Auntie Farah, who were in love with him in the first place. Definitely, there's no love lost at all. I don't like Kanye in that way. I think he's been problematic for a minute and a half. Seriously, he's you're not on mute.
You're not on mute.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter's showing me her uniform. Sorry.
Okay. It's good to see that you're really focused on what we're saying.
My bad. She knows I'm live, and she came in. She's excited. We're excited. She showed me her uniform. She did come and disturb me. Sorry.
So I just think that Kanye cares about himself. That's what it is. He cares about himself. And I was really thinking, I was just like, oh my God, he already just released an album. Is another album coming? And then I realized it's the documentary. So he's got a documentary with Netflix. He probably wants it to be the most streamed documentary in the history of the world. So he is kicking up as much drama. Remember that Kardashians have stopped, they're not showing anymore. They're not filming anymore. So it's just like, what else can he do? What other platform can he use to make sure that people watch his documentary and keep attention on him? Now, saying that, I do say this also with, like, you know, the man has a condition. We all know that he is bipolar, and that makes it even more problematic in terms of like how you actually respond and deal with this and how you actually process this, right? Because how much of this is part of his condition and how much of this is just an asshole personality? Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, can you even, and like, you know, sorry if I'm not speaking in a way that's sensitive to it, because I really am confused, is like, can you differentiate the two? Is it possible to? Do you know what I mean? Because I would have thought that, you know, there are people with this condition who are not acting like this. And also Kanye's got a history of treating women badly when he's finished with them. Look what he done to Amber Rose. He just like, he tried to destroy that woman, like whether you like her or not. Do you know what I mean? Or like what she stands for. Like he tried to destroy her and it's out of order. And now you're doing exactly the same thing to Kim. Why? Because she doesn't want to be with you because you're unpredictable. You know, it doesn't necessarily make me like Kim anymore. I'm more like, oh, this is not to kind of, I'm not kind of like reveling in the demise, but it is kind of entertaining. I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it is kind of like a TV show, but played out on social media, because he really is dragging the family. He was posting texts of Kim's cousins asking for Yeezys. Which is one of the most messiest things. And I know Kim is pissed. Kim is pissed. She is pissed, mate. Do you know what I mean? And he's posting it like, you know, see, they support me in the dark. They're not, you know, they're supposed to go and say something on the platforms, but they're supporting in the dark. No, babe, they want Yeezys. Do you know what I mean? Or Kim is asking them to message you to pretend that they're supporting you so you calm down a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, this ain't like, what's it like? You're getting played. So he's throwing every toy out of the pram at the moment. And it's like, yeah, I just think I can't buy his I'm a black man and I'm a black dad, and you know, these white women are now blocking me from seeing my black children.
Yeah.
Really, Kanye? No, this is not because you're black. It's
No.
because you're acting in a way that is problematic to the people around you. That's what this is.
I find it so disappointing as somebody that like I like Kanye. I would don't know about love, but I definitely like him. Um Generally liked what he stood for and his past activities. But this one is like, I'm really disgusted with what he's doing, because the plight of fatherhood is not easy for so many men, and to actually jump on this like I'm being like disrespected and held back from my kids, but then in another fashion you're running around with a woman and you're claiming that you want your wife back, but then you're running around with Julia Fox all over the place. She has a 1-year-old child. That to me is like extremely irresponsible from both of them. That this, but as he's going on about his fatherhood stuff, what about her baby father who's there complaining about how she's not really been around since she got with Kanye, and this was before her child even turned one. So it's like all of this to me is just hugely disappointing in Kanye, and him really like trying to get kind of black Twitter and black people to just rally around and go at Kim. No, it's disgusting. It's not okay. I get his whole thing with TikTok, if that's even real. If you really are like, I don't want North on TikTok, I think that's a discussion, but that's not for anybody in the public to be involved in. That's for you and your wife, because she isn't an ex-wife yet, to actually be discussing how you're going to do this, and then you reach a compromise. If she is the one that's there and she's like, it's fine, and I'm always there, or another adult is there and she isn't doing this by herself, you kind of got to, sometimes you got to pick your battles and you take it, but you don't take it to the internet so that everybody else is jumping on her, like being like, you're an irresponsible mother and all of this stuff. I think it's actually really disgusting what he's doing.
A woman that he met online, like not online, but you get me, she lives her life in socials. And though he's always, well, from what we've seen, he's been reluctant to be involved in the Kardashian circus. you still married a woman like that. So it can't be surprising
Mhm.
that your children are going to be, as soon as able, are going to be on social media. It doesn't make any
Precisely.
sense. So this kind of outrage, I'm very, I did not know Julia Fox had a 1-year-old child, because again, I pay no attention to these people. I saw the ridiculous photo shoot with the Madonna, and we knew it was, they didn't give any context. We knew it was some sort of PR stunt. That picture was weird. And so but I did not know Julia Fox had just had a baby. And I don't want to restrict new mothers to, to conforming to ideals of what a mother should and shouldn't do. But in this instance, running around with a man that's he's calling out his children's mother. You've got a baby at home. Your baby father's calling you out for not being present. It's messy. It's trash. It's nonsense. Everybody needs
I think, well, maybe I'm just in a judgmental mood today, but I do think as a new mother, your hormones haven't even settled yet. It's a year, and you're running around, hopping on planes with Kanye West, who's in the middle of like a messy divorce, and is promoting a documentary and another album. Like that doesn't seem like the
No,
place
that's
where
when the
an
behavior
effective
doesn't make
mother should be.
it
Like
doesn't.
you should be rearing your child. Really, like I don't think that's too
No.
judgmental to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think she can do what the hell she wants as long as the child is safe and happy and loved and looked after looked after. I just don't think that what Kanye's doing in particular is like very healthy for his children. Do you know what I mean? Like that is like, as far as I know, Julia's not saying anything. She's not posting anything. She's just with him, and that's her choice. But Kanye is actively screenshotting. He's actively calling out his, his not ex-wife yet. He actively blocked Kim from being able to declare that she is legally single. He blocked that. Do you know what I mean? That's petty behavior. Do you know what I mean? Like if the relationship's over, like let it be done. She wants out. You're not letting her out. And that is like, that's very it kind of goes like possessive. It kind of goes into the realm of like, I am rich, famous, and powerful, so I can have I have the money to be able to fight these things. Do you know what I mean? And like Kim, obviously, she has her own issues and stuff and everything like that. But I just think no one wants this for their children. When Kim is on North is on TikTok, it's Kim and North. Do you know what I mean? North doesn't have her own account. She's with Kim. They put measures in place to make sure that, her child is, or their child is safe. He doesn't agree with it. He doesn't agree with it. But at the same time, it's easy for the average person to say, no, you shouldn't be on thingy, but we don't live their world. Like it's just a completely different reality. Like what North and her siblings are exposed to from young ages is way beyond our wildest frigging dreams. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's essential, but I kind of get it. And also as well, the Kardashians in particular, the way they make money is by selling their lifestyle. And that, if you look at obviously the others were older, but if you look at Kylie and Kendall, they started when they're young. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's how they make money. So again, it would be difficult. I just think Kim thought she was going to get an easy ride with Kanye. I don't know. I think she misjudged, to be honest.
That's what I wanted to know. I want to know when. I'd love to know when it shifted, when she was like, oh, whether when she or when he was like, oh no, this is going to go left, because it seems to be this discord doesn't. They've not. It's not that they showed it. And there were obviously issues in the headlines, but they were usually around him having an episode, and Kim finding it hard to deal with. But nastiness and this kind of now wanting to be divorced people. I didn't necessarily see that coming. I think the little attention I pay to these guys, and that's maybe because I pay so little attention to them ins and outs of them. I literally thought that they would split amicably, maybe some tension, like usual divorce tension, but I didn't see it turning into this. I really genuinely didn't, because
I think it's from when. So you see, when they first announced they were splitting up, and then they went to the Met Gala together, and then Kim was at his show with the
Mm,
kids as well, and that was all in the space of like, we're divorcing. I think it's from when
yeah,
Kim decided, I'm not going to go along with his
this,
plans.
yeah,
So when she's kind of like, actually, me being in his world is not enabling us to get a divorce, I think that's when it got sour. I mean, she
yeah,
was literally just playing along, trying to be amicable in getting a divorce. And then when it's actually like, you know what, if I do this, we're never going to get a divorce. We're not going to, I'm just playing his game. That's
yeah,
when he ramped up the manipulativeness, like, and kind of coming to the public with, this is what Kim's doing to me. I think that's when he took it up a notch. I can't say it's a two-way street. I feel she's responded to him, but he's always been the aggressor. He's
mm.
attacked her and then she's responded. He's attacked her and then she's responded. That maybe we could say, "Oh, don't respond," but I'd find it bloody hard if I was in her position
no, because
Yeah.
she's
to not say
She's
anything.
done well not to. She's done well not to respond for so long. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
he's breaking
Like,
the
she's done really
breaking,
well.
he's breaking the bubble, because obviously the part that you, like you said, Anshali, that's entertaining is exposing the Kardashians that present, even though they present their flaws are controlled. So
Mm.
to see the real shit behind them, that's probably what I'd tune into if I really wanted to engage, is to see, because I don't like the dominance that they've had on the culture, for obvious reasons. However, so exposing that, like the reality, not the fake reality that they present to us, that's entertaining, but it's also not nice, because there are children involved and they're human beings. Like, whatever the case, I don't hate them as humans.
Yeah.
But that side of things is like, yeah, you're exposing it, but it's true. We don't need to be talking all this shit. What I would like to know, though, as well, is how long of the relationship was constructed, because in the first place, I never saw these two